Hello and welcome to Hevsel Weekly. In this week's episode, we will discuss latest news such as the newly launched Uber feature, the Michelin-starred chef resigning after abuse allegations, and the massive fire in Glasgow Central Station. Starting with our first headline. Uber has launched a feature across the US that allows female drivers and passengers to request rides with other female drivers through the app. Uber's Women's Preferences feature was launched on Monday after female passengers and drivers said they wanted more control over how they got and earned rides. Uber stated that approximately 1/5 of its drivers in the US are women, but the percentage varies by city. According to Uber's statement and data, this feature, which was piloted in the US last year, let the woman feel more comfortable in the back seat and being more confident behind the wheel. With this feature, a woman can pre-book a ride with a female driver or increase the likelihood of being matched with a woman by specifying their preferences in the app. In cities where youth accounts are available, teenagers and their parents will also be able to request female drivers. This new feature was implemented despite an ongoing class action lawsuit in California alleging that Uber drivers discriminate against men. In this lawsuit, two Uber drivers in California alleged that the company violated California law by giving female drivers access to a wider passenger pool. Uber reportedly requested a stay of proceeding and a move to private arbitration, stating an agreement signed by the drivers when joining the app. In the request, Uber stated that its new feature does not violate En-route Act, which prohibits gender discrimination by businesses, and that it serves a strong and recognized public policy interest in changing safety. Uber already offers the female matching option for drivers in over 40 countries and for passengers in 7 countries, including Spain, Brazil, and Saudi Arabia. Moving on, the head chef of Noma, one of the world's highest rated restaurants, has resigned following allegations of harassment. Rana Redzepi announced his resignation on social media, stating, "After building and managing this restaurant for over 20 years, I have decided to step down and allow our exceptional leaders to take the restaurant to the next level." According to media reports, former employees accused the chef of creating a toxic work environment, including verbal and physical abuse. The Danish-based luxury restaurant was preparing to open a branch in Los Angeles, but corporate sponsors withdrew their support following the harassment allegations and protests in front of its temporary branch. In a statement posted on Instagram, Redzepi said, "Apologizing isn't enough. I take responsibility for my own actions." For those wondering what this means for the restaurant, let me be clear. The Noma team is stronger and more inspiring than ever today, he added. "Hey, we have been open for 23 years, and I'm incredibly proud of our employees, our creativity, and the direction Noma is going." He said the team would continue their work in Los Angeles without him. Chef Redzepi also resigned from the board of MAD, a non-profit organization he founded in 2011, which focused on helping newcomers to the restaurant industry. Former Noma employee Jason Ingasio White stated he witnessed widespread abuse during his years working for the renowned chef. He also added that the consequences of remaining silent were worse than speaking out and standing up against the violence alongside colleagues. Days later, Redzepi responded to the allegations on social media, apologizing to anyone he had caused suffering. He admitted to yelling and hurting people. He admitted to pushing and behaving in unacceptable ways, and shared that he went to therapy and found better ways to control his anger. However, protests were held in front of the Noma temporary restaurant in the Silver Lake neighborhood, and some wage rights groups demanded Redzepi's resignation. Lastly, a massive fire in central Glasgow has caused significant disruption to Glasgow Central Station, Scotland's busiest rail hub. All train services at the station were cancelled on Monday due to the fire, which started around 3:45 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. The fire reportedly started in an e-cigarette shop on Union Street and quickly spread to the multi-story Victorian building next to the station. The historic Category B building was engulfed in flames, and thick smoke spread throughout Glasgow city centre. The Scottish Fire and Rescue Service deployed 18 fire engines to the scene to fight the blaze throughout Sunday night. Parts of the building subsequently collapsed. Despite the scale of the fire and the damage to the building, authorities have confirmed no injuries. Large sections of Glasgow Central Station have had to be closed due to concerns about structural damage. Authorities have warned that the station could remain closed until Tuesday until safety checks are completed. They are currently conducting a full structural safety assessment to determine when the station can safely reopen. Local business owners in the area said they were deeply saddened by the destruction, with some expressing hope that the historical building could eventually be rebuilt. The investigation into the cause of the fire is still ongoing, and authorities say train services may not return to full capacity until all safety checks are complete. That concludes this week's episode of Hevsel Weekly. This week, we have explored the latest updates on the Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance, the 2026 Winter Olympics, and a rare royal pendant linked to Henry VIII. Thanks for listening to Hevsel Weekly. See you next time.